COVID has touched all of us. I think we've all had friends, family, loved ones who've had COVID at some point in the last few years. We've also been told not to fall in love with your bills. Don't get too attached. Well, this one has a little bit of special meaning to it. So let me tell you a little story. So my best friend in my life was my father. In November of 2020, he caught COVID. He was put in the hospital. This is when the protocols in the hospitals were so strict, there were no visitors, no family. So all I could do was FaceTime with my father, with the nurses. Thank God for those nurses that gave me that ability to talk to my father. It was challenging. It was terrible. I wouldn't wish it on anybody in the world. As my father was getting sicker and sicker and sicker, I was talking with the doctors, begging for alternative treatments. Please, I would anything, what works, what will help. The doctor explained, and to Dr. Harrell's credit, the best doctor my father could have ever had, Vicki Harrell. Dr. Harrell said, "I'm sorry, Griff, CDC guidelines, hospital guidelines, I can't deviate from protocol. There's too much exposure, there's too much liability." I didn't understand that. I thought that was asinine. I thought it was stupid. Why wouldn't you treat a patient with something that you thought would work? December 3rd, 2020, my father passed away from COVID. We were business partners. We shared an office together. My father was mayor of Panama City Beach for 18 years. He had more friends than I ever will have. We couldn't have a funeral because of these restrictions. That is very dark times in this world. Well, let's fast forward a couple of years. A lot's changed. Throughout 2021, cities and counties across the state mandated vaccines as a condition of employment and business entry. This was despite the fact that vaccines were proving to be ineffective at preventing infection and transmission. This legislature, in the special session of 2021B, adopted legislation to regulate businesses, governmental entities, and educational institutions related to requirements for vaccination or infection recovery and the use of face masks. This body was protecting our individual liberties. Thank you for that. Society was harmed by discrimination based on vaccination status. This is true. When healthy persons are prevented from participating in society and accessing employment opportunities, it's plain and simple. There's never any reason for politicians or companies to demand individuals be vaccinated to enter a business or maintain employment. We listen to the so-called experts with unsupported claims, and now we know most of that was not true. This bill will ensure Floridians have protections and their individual liberties will be sacred. This bill makes certain that the heavy hand of the biomedical security state will never encroach on our freedoms again. And with that, I ask for your support and I close.
Having closed on this bill, question now recurs on